All right, so here's how I've been using Simulon. I'm gonna go ahead and hit open, and we got our assets. I can kind of spin around it, and we hit the back button. So the first thing we wanna do is go to scenes and hit the plus button in the top right corner and create a new scene. So I'm gonna click on quick create. I'm gonna call this patio and hit confirm. Then you choose whether this environment is indoors or outdoors. So it's kind of a mixture of the two. So in this case, I'm gonna say indoors and hit next. Now you can decide whether you have natural light or artificial light. So I'm gonna choose natural light and hit next. Now it's gonna open up the camera. It's gonna create a scene. And we have to move our iPhone around to get an idea of what the ground plane is. Great, so now you see this sphere thing. So this is called an HDRI map. And what we're about to do is capture all of the lighting information from the vantage point of where we want the 3D object to be. So I want the character to stand right about here. So what I'm gonna do is stand exactly in this spot and then hit start capture. And now I slowly move the iPhone around and I'm just capturing all of the lighting information around our patio. Okay, and just gonna spin around, look at the back thing right here. We got the windows, awesome. So I'm just kind of keeping it steady. You wanna avoid getting too much blur here, so kind of go steady if you don't mind having blurred lights. Now I'm gonna tilt my phone up and grab the lighting from up here. Great. Again, just kind of moving slowly. Keep in mind, if you have any reflective objects that you're gonna be doing this on, the more time you spend slowly capturing this ball is gonna make the lighting on your 3D object look a lot better. So I'm just capturing all of that. Great. Let's move all the way down here. Let's grab this table. Awesome, so we're capturing our HDRI map. I'm kind of speeding up a little bit here. Cool. That's our whole patio. And let's just capture the ground below without my feet there. Great, and we hit done. It says light capture created. Now we do a LiDAR scan or a ground plane scan. I'm gonna choose LiDAR scan, and it's going to immediately start scanning with the point cloud on your phone. So if you have a LiDAR scanner, you'll be able to capture all of this geometry around your environment. And you don't have to be, it depends on what kind of shot you want. So since I'm not gonna have too much motion going on, I just want the character to be over, oh, I moved my hand there, let me hide my hand. So I think this is gonna be plenty of space. Let me just go from above, just so it has an understanding of my whole room. And the wall back here might be helpful to know. Great, so it's gotten a pretty good understanding of this space. Maybe you can grab a little bit underneath the light and this chair. Cool, and then we hit save scan. Great, so now it knows the lighting, it knows the geometry. So we go to the assets. Click on the assets, and the one I wanted to use today was that robot that we started off with. So I gotta scroll kind of far down to find it again. Oh, I haven't seen these ones. They must have added these. Go ahead and download this robot. And it lets you first tap to place the asset, and then you can use 2 fingers to scale it up to whatever size you want. So I'm gonna stand up and try to imagine this the scale that I would like it to be. And then you can go ahead and slide it around the floor. I'm gonna go maybe right about here. And then maybe I'm gonna rotate them a little bit. Oh, I already love the lighting on them. And this is a real-time asset, so you're able to kind of plan your shot with an augmented reality character, but this is not gonna be the full quality. In fact, the full quality that we're gonna see later is gonna be rendered in the cloud. So I'm just kind of looking at his shapes right here, making sure he doesn't accidentally go through the wall. Looks good over there. Let's see how he stands here. That looks good over there. Okay, all that looks great. They also have other animations, so they have wave and idle. So here's idle. That's also kind of cool. Maybe I'll do an idle stand. Actually, I kind of like the wave. Let me see, let me go back to wave. Yeah, let's go with wave. Great, next we go to lighting. You could turn on a visualizer and it lets you actually see what the true lighting of your object is. This ball here, you can kind of get an idea of what the value of white is gonna be in this current lighting environment. I think that looks good, so I'm gonna turn that off. If you didn't like it, you can go to the light intensity and increase it to kind of adjust to match the values that you like. And now we're ready to start capturing this. So I'm gonna hit capture. And just for simplicity's sake, we could just do a photo. So let me do that first. So I just took a photo. And then I'm gonna upload that photo to the cloud. Photos are very fast to process. And what it's going to do is it's going to replace that augmented reality asset with a ray traced version. So they're rendering this in the cloud, adding shadows and lighting information. And it's going to add and basically compile all that data that we just captured is going to be compiled into a final output. So I'm just doing the photo first right now just to show you the timing. I'm not making any cuts right here, just kind of giving you an idea of how long does a single frame take. And then usually for me when I do a video, which we'll do next, it usually takes me about 1 minute to process. But let's just take a look. I think the picture should be done probably in under 15 seconds from now. So I'm just going to let it do its thing. Currently, this app is in test flight. Oh, it says render completed. So I'm going to tap on that button. And there you have it. This is what it's going to look like. And so I can kind of look at the lighting and stuff. You can already see, like the shadows are going to work. You can kind of assess, is this the right location? I love the lighting on the arm. Feels like it's totally matching the patio. I think the only thing that's kind of giving away is maybe it's a little jagged around the collar. So maybe I'll avoid that area. But the reflections of the window look good. It looks like it's casting shadow on the window. So I would say this looks freaking great. So now we go back to close. I'll click the video mode. And now you can kind of start doing your art direction. So what if I start here and hit the video and I move in frame and I'm just going to go around here, looking around and hello. So let me try to, hello. And then you'll have that kind of output. And then let's just get in close for details. I think it can only go up to 1 minute long right now. So I want to just see what it looks like on its back. I want to see how it does with shadows and how it does with light exposure changes. And let's do some camera shake. Yeah, so you see that it stays put here. Cool. So now let's go ahead and render that out. I hit the little button in the left corner. It takes depending on your Wi-Fi, or your connection. It takes a couple minutes to upload. And then the result from that is that you're gonna have a nice capture. So I'm walking inside the house where I have a better Wi-Fi signal. And I'm just gonna let it do its uploading. And I guess I'll just keep this rolling here so you just have a context of time it takes to make these shots work. Everybody else usually just shows the final result and how they edit the time it actually took to upload and render. But I wanted to make one where you actually see the true time that it takes to render one of these outputs. So let's just keep letting it do its thing. Just for context, all of these steps were very possible before individually. Capturing an HDRI map with that 360 photo. I used to use a separate app to do that. I used to use a 360 camera photo app from Google that let you capture those spheres. But then you'd have to bring those into a third-party 3D software like Blender or Cinema 4D or Maya. And in there, you would go and have to reconstruct stuff. So it would involve all this extra time and extra technical skills. So the fact that Simulon is just going to add that ability to build an HDRI map and then scan the room for all the geometry and get that data and placing the light position, all of that stuff means that this is going to become a lot more accessible than it's ever been to do VFX, which I'm excited for. And I think, well, at least for me, and then another question that comes up is, can you do your own? Because I have that library in there of assets. Can you have your own characters, props, environments, vehicles, and other assets? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. So they have a feature where you can upload on their website. Sorry, not website. They have a desktop app you can download. I think it's called Simulon Hub. And it lets you upload and prepare your assets so that they become options that you can choose from their library. And then you'd be able to place your own assets in the world. So for all of the VFX artists and storytellers out there, 3D modelers, texturers, this is where you come in. If you already have a lot of cool 3D data, if you can get it into the Simulon Hub, that means you'll be able to make videos and content with it. Now, I was filming vertically here, but you can also film horizontally. And if your phone can support it, you can record up to 4K resolution, which is what I was doing in this last little recording, a few minutes ago. So we're gonna see how long it takes for a quick little 4K video. I think I was shooting at 30 frames per second. And yeah, you're seeing how long it's gonna take to render. So I'm gonna give you a little break from the talking, and I'm just gonna wait for it to continue rendering. So hang tight. I'm gonna play with my dog in the meantime while it's rendering. So we'll just keep letting it do its thing. She's got this little squeak toy, and I'm just gonna throw it for her so that she can go get her little toy. It's a little plushie. And so we're just kind of waiting for all of that to process. It says we're at 20% rendering. Just gonna let it process a little bit longer. I'll probably upload this video to YouTube so people have a full context of how long it takes. I know it's just audio right now. I'm looking at the same screen. So, oh, I should probably mention, you don't actually have to keep staring at the captured screen. If you hit close on it, you can go back, you know, and still work on your shot. You can get another shot of it, you know, do more work. That's also really cool. And if I go back to the scene button, you'll see that it should be processing still. So if I go to scenes, so you have that patio environment, you see that it's still doing its work. So now we're at 32%. So I think that's another nice feature is once it's uploaded, you can start shooting another shot. You don't have to wait for each one each time. So I can go to patio and yeah, make a, you know, take 2 is recording. This was the one I did earlier with the photo. So you can study it and stuff. But I think you could even go as far as, you know, saying, hey, I want to make another shot. So let me see if I can do that while I'm waiting. I'm gonna hit this camera icon. It's downloading it. Awesome. Go to scenes, take 2, still processing. Okay, maybe it won't let me shoot another one while it's processing. I thought it would. Oh, I guess I've hit the plus button. I don't know what reality bridge is. I haven't clicked it yet, so let's click it and see what happens. Testing, bridge, testing bro. There we go, hit confirm. Oh, I don't know. Let's say we're indoors, next. Natural light, next. I don't know what this is doing. Continue to move iPhone. Okay, so looks like all the same stuff. So I'm gonna hit the back button. Don't know what that means. It has like a little infinity sign. But yeah, the assets are very high quality that they already come with. I mean, you can study them yourself. And I love that aspect. And just the fact that you'll be able to bring in your own models to me is everything. Because then that means you don't have to throw away all of your 3D skills and abilities if you have them. You can utilize them here and build things. I'm really curious about how I can bring my animated rigs in, because I would love to bring my own characters into here. But look at these creatures. I mean, these are freaking awesome. I think you can use 2 fingers to pan your view, 1 finger to rotate on its axis, or on, I guess it's freeform axis. And then if I use 2 fingers and pinch, I can zoom in, and 2 fingers pinch out will zoom out. So you can really study your shots and your characters and your props. Oh, I love those computers. Okay, so real test here. Is it done? I'm gonna go to scenes, go to patio. All right, we're at 57%. So it does take a little while if you upload in 4K. That's the lesson learned here. Sorry about that. That's just the deal. But as I promised, I'll keep it going and I'll just upload this afterwards. I'm gonna go ahead and check on the Simulon hub on the internet or on the computer. They said they were gonna push an update to it this weekend, so I'm gonna see if that update is on there. So I'm gonna go to Simulon hub, hit retry while fetching, it doesn't work. So don't mind me, we're at 61%. I'm gonna see if I delete Simulon hub and reinstall it. They gave me a link to try it out. Let's see, Simulon hub, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and delete my current Simulon hub because maybe this was their old version. I love working with beta apps because you get to see the development, you know, in the middle of it, like while they're testing out things, and you get to help them out by reporting bugs, and it's very fun, at least for me. I enjoy it. Okay, don't see where Simulon is. Cool, we're at 70%. I'm really excited. Hopefully this comes out great. You'll be able to see a real example of it in action. That's the hope. 71% coming in here. All right, so I'm just gonna get the Mac app real quick for Simulon Hub. Hit download. Okay, download anyway, Simulon Hub. I'm on my desktop computer right now, if you couldn't tell. Maybe you can hear the mouse clicks in the background. All right, I'm gonna unzip the file. All right, we're at 78% on the phone. Cool. Cool, I just reinstalled Simulon Hub. So let's see if I can find it now. It just says an unknown error occurred while fetching. Retry, retry, retry. Okay, so it looks like it's not working on Mac right now. Maybe I can try it on a Windows computer. Oh, we're at 83%. We're almost done. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna try downloading it on the Windows computer just to see if it's just a Mac problem. That always is possible. So I'm gonna download the Windows version here and see if I can get the Simulon Hub to report. It says no preview available. File is in owner's trash. Oh, they threw it away. Okay. I'll just wait for them to come back. Is there any new updates on Simulon Hub for either Mac or Windows? Question mark. Send. We're at 91%, almost there. Okay, so I'm just waiting for it to finish. All right, we're at 95%. Thanks for everyone who's been waiting till the very end here. Hopefully it pays off. I wanted it to be an honest use case. You know, I want you to see how long does it actually take to render, how long does it take to capture and scan. For people that aren't coming from a VFX background, you'll know that this is very fast for how long it normally would have taken to make a shot like this, capture the lighting information, setting up 3D cameras, etc. My hope is that when this finishes packaging up in a few moments, my hope is that it looks really cool and everyone's like, oh, this is great. But there's also a chance that it doesn't work. Oh, wow, it says render completed. Let's give it a shot. It says downloading. I'm gonna go ahead and crank up the volume in case there's sound. And I'm gonna stop talking. And I move in frame. And I'm just gonna go around here. Nice. Looking around. And hello. Yeah, that looks freaking great. Wow, look at the shadows. Hello. Oh, and the motion blur. Do you see the motion blur on the hand? And then when it waves, I'm gonna go ahead and details. I think it can only go up to a minute long right now. So I want to see what it looks like on its back. Oh my God, the lighting is so accurate. Shadows and how it does with light exposure changes. And let's do some. All right, so definitely worth the wait. And you can see it with motion blur. See how it stays locked in place. Video, and I move in frame. Yeah, this is nuts. I'm gonna go ahead and export this and save that video. Looking around. Great, it's saved. And then what I've been doing is just going into the camera roll and looking at it. And then I just want to pause in the frame. So take a look at that hand, for example, when it waves. You see that motion blur that we're getting on there? So right there. That's what's so cool to me is the fact that it has correct motion blur. You know, the hand's moving fast, so it shouldn't be perfectly sharp. But the rest of the body wasn't moving, so it is super sharp. And then, wow, I didn't even notice the scratches on the metal before because I was at a different angle for the lighting. Yeah, this is unbelievable. Great work. All right, thanks everybody for watching. I don't know how long this video was, but I think you get the idea of how Simulon currently works and how long it takes to render, and that's all I got.